still, my darling. All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Peace, be still, my darling. All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Oh, darling, don't be scared of time changing us both. Death will leave our bodies, but it'll never touch my soul. If you are afraid, well, heavens don't let go. 'Cause darling, I will stay as we grow. Oh. Oh Lord, moves on, I've told you. Sweeter when I hold you. Oh, you cried when you cut your hair. Oh, but I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, darling, don't be scared of time changing us both. Death will leave our bodies, but it'll never touch my soul. If you are afraid, well, heavens don't let go. 'Cause darling, I will stay as we grow. Oh, 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 darling, don't be scared of time changing us both. Death will leave our bodies, but it'll never touch my soul. If you are afraid, well, heavens don't let go. 'Cause darling, I will stay as we grow. Oh, we'll grow. My darling, my darling, my darling, my darling, my darling. And so you see what I've been telling you. It's nothing like it seems. It's what I've been telling you. Oh, you'd learn what I mean if you came. But the risk, are you willing to take?
Hi.
We were
Good
trying
mornings.
to play a game and then with y'all, and then we realized that the countdown was done and we can't play our game. So
Happy Sunday, Mark Keys.
you'll never know what we said. Who knows?
Michelle is here for the pregame dancing.
Yeah.
Glad you caught
Wavy and
it.
bouncy.
We
That's
went a
what
little
called it.
earlier this morning so we could start a little closer to 11 a.m. as we advertised.
There's
that we
you
do.
trying to make it intentional. It was not intentional. It was an accident. We
Thanks, baby.
accidentally started earlier.
Thanks, baby.
I like your reframes,
Thank you.
but
Welcome to Sojourn
also
Grace.
like
My
the
name
truth.
is Colby, and this is Kate, and we are the co-pastors of this progressive Christian
Hi.
movement here in San Diego, California, where our mission is wholeness, fostering spiritual, social, and emotional wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
When I do that head turn to you at the end of my sentence, that means I'm throwing it to you to take it.
I know, and I'm terrible
okay.
at that, y'all.
Okay, that's
we do
fine.
a lot of live shows together. This isn't a show. That's not what I meant to say, but you know what I mean. Live streaming. And I still don't understand that.
That's okay.
When
You
look
don't
at me
have
this
to.
time, but anyway.
If you would like to follow along with the
There you
music
go.
this morning.
I was waiting to do my thing until you were done with all of your little show them the linksy things.
Oh,
And then
great.
I was going to do
Cool,
my
cool,
thing,
cool.
but we didn't rehearse
So
that.
each were on a page.
Yeah, it's just different pages.
It's different pages, but we each had a page by which we belonged to. If you'd like to follow along to the music
All
this
pages
morning,
belong.
you can go to sojourngrace.com/virtual and find a nice little handy dandy lyric sheet.
Yes, thank you. And so then now I will take the mic. This morning, as we show up here, we come here every week, and a big part of why we do, is because the world sucks, and that is why we show up here. And so this week, the world has sucked extra for a lot of us, and I know that we have a global watching community, but here in America, we're a bit of a hot mess. I don't know if you've noticed. And so a lot of us are just reeling this morning and just feeling over it. And when that's the case at Sojourn, we show up extra because we need it just even more so. There's a tendency to, okay, this week sucked, let's go to the beach instead, or let's just call the whole thing off, right? But we try to push through that and recognize that we need this space more than ever. Things that we're going to talk about here today, the songs that we're going to sing, the space that we're going to hold is more important on the weeks when we're just extra reminded of how bad some things are, if that makes sense. So this morning, as we show up here in that space of recognizing that some things are really just not okay again and still, and we're grieving and we're frustrated and we're pushed past the brink, we're going to hold more space in today's service. So today we decided, sometimes when we show up on these weeks, we just scrap the whole service and just sit and stare together. Sometimes we create a service of just pure liturgy through song and prayers. Today we went with, we just always pick whatever we feel, I don't know, like that our bodies are choosing. And so I don't know if it's right, but today we just chose a service where we do all of the same things. We're going to have a spiritual nugget. We're going to have a kids' corner. We're going to sing songs, and we're going to have more pauses. I think we're calling it Selah, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to pause to reflect, to hold, to pray, to meditate. We're going to do that more. So through each of the songs, we'll just pause for a second, light a candle. We'll read some words, but the words aren't really the point. The point is to just pause and have more time for reflection and space for ourselves, just because we need it this week. And with that said, I also just lastly want to, once again and always explicitly name that this community exists in large part to take a stand against all forms of supremacy and to infuse our world with love and justice. And so we show up here today in that spirit, recognizing that some of us who are here have more reason than others to be completely done and enraged. And so those of us who can, I ask you to hold that space for others, to be mindful in your comments this morning. Don't comment less. Don't comment less. Show up more, but do so mindful of where you sit and how the events of this week have affected you personally. And if you personally aren't as affected, hold space for those who are more affected. Okay? I trust you to do that, but I just need to explicitly name it and ask that we really hold each other this morning. Okay? So, love you all.
Yep, I was just going to say,
No,
maybe
go for it.
before we go on, just a collective deep breath in together. And let it out. So glad you're here. Welcome to Sojourn.
All my favorite people are broken. Believe me, my heart should know. And some prayers are better left unspoken. I just wanna hold you and let the rest go.
All my friends are part saints and part sinner. Yeah, we lean on each other and try to rise above. Not afraid to admit we're all still beginners. We're all late bloomers when it comes to love.
Oh, my favorite people are broken. Believe me, my heart should know. Orphan believers, skeptical dreamers, step forward and stay right here. Don't have to go. Is each wound you receive just some burden, some gifts? Oh, it gets so hard to lift yourself up off the ground. Yeah. Oh, but as the poet says, we must praise the mutilated world. We're all working the very same graveyard shift. You might as well sing along. Sing along now. 'Cause all my favorite people are broken. Oh, believe me, my heart should know. As for your tender heart, this world's gonna rip it wide open. It ain't gonna be pretty love, oh no, but you're not alone, not alone. Oh, 'cause all my favorite people are broken. Oh, believe me, my heart should know. Yeah, orphan believers, skeptical dreamers, you're welcome. Yeah, you're safe right here. You don't have to go.
For this first Selah moment, I'm gonna go ahead and read a prayer that that I wrote for myself this week. And if you resonate with it, pray it with me. But I also invite you in your own homes, in your own spaces, in your own heart, to pray in whichever way works for you. It all belongs. A prayer for the time that's far past urgency. A prayer for when desperation doesn't even begin to name it, where we're at. A prayer for the too far gone, the no more words, the no more ways to respond. A prayer for the 800th rock bottom. We turn to the Psalms, and those bare bones cries of shirt-tearing weariness, they don't cut it. We turn to lament, and all we find is too many graves and not enough dirt, too many vigils and not enough candles. And so we pray angry, and we pray worn out, all done, utterly lost. We give you, O God, who is supposedly love, we give you our rage. And we ask that you take it, and we ask that you match it. Let our too far goneness be the kindling, and your holy fire love, let it be the lighter fluid. Come, Lord Jesus, and set this place on fire already. And God, who is supposedly love, this prayer today, we won't wrap it up in pretty bows. We'll let our rage and our worn out bodies go up in smoke. We'll let it water your eyes, and we'll see it all the way through, this tired and this anger. And we just ask that you sit with us here in holy, trembling, tired, worn out rage. We light a candle to honor our anger and our tired, and we pray the fire in our bellies keeps us going for the sake of our broken world. Amen.
'Cause all my favorite people are broken. Oh, believe me, I should know. And some prayers are better left unspoken. I just wanna hold you and let the rest go. Days are passing over me at the speed of light. Standing here in their shadows, I'm silenced at the sight, like water on the wind. I sense the change to come. All that I've earned, like teardrops run. I am clay and I am water, falling forward in this order, while the world spins round so fast. Slowly I'm becoming who I am. Lessons to unlearn, like a beggar blessed, I stumble in the grace, reaching out my hand for what awaits. I am clay and I am water, falling forward in this order, while the world spins round so fast. Slowly I'm becoming who I am.
There's this moment where the disciples were asking their friend Jesus, who had been teaching them for a while now about the ways of God and this new idea about the kingdom of earth, or the kingdom of heaven. And then he said, Jesus, will you teach us how to pray? Which is an interesting thing to ask because they were good Jews and they had many different prayers, and they sort of, prayer was not necessarily a challenging thing for them. But I often wonder if they intuited maybe Jesus has some thoughts around this. So Jesus, if you were us, how do you think we should pray? And so Jesus gave them this relatively short, brief offering, this collection of ideas and thoughts and words that we sometimes call the Lord's Prayer. And there's a resource that we've used here at Sojourn before called Infleshed, Enfleshed, infleshed.com. And they've sort of reimagined the Lord's Prayer. I think they've retitled it the Disciples' Prayer, and I want to offer it this morning as we continue our time of Selah. Mother of us all, who dwells within and beyond, sacred is your name. May your holy vision for collective flourishing, may it come to fruition among us. May your dreams of justice, love, compassion, and connection be enfleshed on earth. Provide us today with what we need to be nourished in body and soul and heart. Forgive us for the harm that we cause as we seek to forgive those who have caused harm to us. Lead us away from everything that destroys and liberate us from the hands of evil. For you are our ultimate source of hope. Your power with exceeds all power over. Your presence incites eternal wonder. All praise to you, our comfort and our strength. Amen.
Trust my body and my mind. Learn to love the shape I find. 'Cause I am clay and I am water, falling forward in this order. While the world spins round so fast, slowly I'm becoming who I am. And I am clay and I am water, falling forward in this order. While the world spins round so fast, slowly I'm becoming who I am. Who I am.
Sorry, DJ. No worries. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Hey, my name is DJ, and welcoming you to Kids Corner. As you know, we're excited to have you here. Each Sunday that we see you, to have you here. It's a blessing. And throughout the week, we're so glad to have you here. So before we dive into a beautiful story that I enjoyed, I want us to take a second to take a deep breath. Let it go. We're here in this moment. We're here together, and we are loved. So, I have a book that I love called The World Needs More Purple People. It's written by Kristen Bell and Benjamin Hart. The world needs more purple people. Ta-da! Follow my guide to become a purple person. How to be a purple person. Now, you may be asking yourself, why in the whole wide world would I want to be purple? You saying hi, Simon? There's my cat. Purple is a major color made when red and blue work together. I think all the best things in the world are purple. But you're probably wondering, what does that have to do with people? Wow, are you a genius? Because you're already on your way to become a purple person. You want to know why? Okay. Step 1. Ask really great questions. My dad says purple people ask great questions. Questions about everything. Even questions about questions. Hey Dad, how far away is outer space? Have you ever met a dolphin? How many dolphins live in outer space? Oh, are you okay, Simon? Okay. Purple questions are the kind that help you learn something really big about the world or something really small about another person. How tall is the world's tallest rainbow? What's your bear's name? Charlie. Dad says the more purple questions you ask, the more purple you become. How many do you think there are? He also says, I can only ask him 20 questions about space dolphins per day. That sounds reasonable to me. 20 questions, right? But only 20 questions? Okay, tweet. Step 2. We need to laugh a lot. We need to laugh a lot. Okay. My grandma says, purple people laugh a lot. We're always laughing together. I mean, snot out our nose laughing. So look at that snot. Kind of gross, huh? But that's what happens when you're really happy, right? When you're laughing a lot. Okay. All right. We laugh at books. We laugh at books. We laugh at jokes. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. That's kind of funny to me. Okay. We laugh at donkey dances and hairy elephant knees. Hee-haw. Ha-ha. Snort ha-ha. And we especially laugh at Grandpa's funny noises. Because he makes a lot of funny noises. Okay. Purple laughing helps us remember the things we share and forget what we thought made us different. And it's almost impossible to be angry when you are laughing. Try it. I dare you. Grandma says, the more purple laughing you do, the more purple you become. She also says, Grandpa's noises are her favorite funny noises in the whole wide world. Okay. Step 3. You need to use your voice. And don't lose your voice. My mom says, purple people use their voice and don't lose their voice. She encourages me to use my voice to sing. My dad is the one with the hairy chest who loves me more than all the rest. To give good ideas, let's wear monster costumes to school. And to share my opinions. I personally feel like we shouldn't have to eat Brussels sprouts because they smell like sweaty socks. I kind of agree with that. Okay, but they're pretty good for you. All right. Sometimes people lose their voice, and that's okay. It happens. A purple voice helps someone who's having trouble finding their own voice, purple people feel. Don't just speak up, they also listen. Maybe you could tell them you don't like it when they call you that name. Want me to help you tell them? Mom says, the more purple you use a purple voice, the more you use a purple voice, the more purple you become. Mom, can you help me with my play? She also says, she heard my opinion on Brussels sprouts, but I still have to eat them. I'm going to work on a better argument. Step 4. You need to work hard. Super duper hard. My grandpa says purple people know how to dig in and get stuff done. He and I like to work hard while we build things and while we learn things and while we grow things. Purple work is the kind of work that's done together to change something that needs changing. What do we want? More playgrounds. When do we want them? Now. We want them now. Fix something that needs fixing or help someone who needs helping. That's kind of important. Grandpa says the more purple work you do, the more purple you become. He also says no purple work has ever been done while sitting on your backside sipping strawberry lemonade, hoping it goes away, because it really doesn't. Okay, are you ready for the last step? Are you ready? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you really ready? Okay, drum roll please. Step 5. Paint yourself purple. I'm not really sure that is a good step, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Just kidding. That's not the way to become a purple person. Actually, being a purple person has nothing to do with what you look like. My teacher says purple people look all sorts of ways. I think I have friends that look pretty much like everyone in this picture. Okay. They are big and small, old and young. Some wear cool coats, some wear shorts with lots of pockets, and some wear funny hats. She says some purple people feel blue sometimes and red other times, and some purple people even have green hair. I bet you know some people who have green hair also. Step 5. Just be the real you. Like my teacher always says, purple people come in every color you can dream of, and even every size you can think up. The only way to be purple is to just be you, because you're the only you we've got. So those are my surefire ways steps to turn into a purple purse. Hey, wait a minute. You ask really great questions. You laugh a lot. You use your voice all the time. You are a really hard worker, and you are totally you. Well, I'll be a llama's mama. You've been beautifully purple this whole time. I am sure glad you're a purple person, because the world needs more people just like you. One of the reasons why I like this story a lot is because no matter what is going on in the world, if we just look at ourselves and look at others, we realize that everyone is worthy of love and worthy of respect. I wanted to tell you thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of this week. I'm so glad that you are here with us. Bye.
Sorry about the weird sounds that happened during
Look, you're
that.
taller than me today. I think I'm
Oh, that's
slouching.
fun. I like it. Yeah.
She's got high stools today.
High stools today. Oh my.
Get your Ben Grace merch.
I love Kids Corner with Damien. Thank you, Damien. You're such a great teacher, and I love the different topics that you lead us through. Speaking of different topics, I brought 3 boxes of cards with us today because
Very necessary.
yeah, choice is power, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you feel like today?
Have we done them all? Is one of them new?
Yeah, we've done them all. Would you rather can be fun, but then it can go real south real easily. So it's risk.
Let's
risk
try
it for
one.
the
Let's
biscuit.
try
Yeah.
one. Would you rather?
Risk it for the biscuit. I want a biscuit right now.
Why am I 12 years old right now? I'm laughing.
I don't
so
know, but
hard
I
at
also
this.
think we've done that
Oh, have we?
before.
Okay.
Fart in an elevator full of strangers or belch loudly in a car.
This is interesting.
We did that one too.
Oh, we did. Cool.
I like your happy
I'm like-
reactions to all these.
Well, it's just funny
So
because that
sorry.
one in particular, I was
I have a
like,
terrible system for.
what, this is gross. Can we go to the other deck, please?
Like we said, fail. We failed.
Not today.
All right. Satan.
Not today,
Not
Satan.
today, Satan. Ooh, I like this. What do you think? Do we approve or do we throw?
Yeah, no, I like this. What would be the worst ingredients to fill a burrito with? We are some burrito-loving people. I know that
I
much.
know, exactly.
So-
That's why I was like, burritos are like one of our sacred, like our sacraments here.
I mean, I'm just going to say all the foods I hate, obviously, like olives and mushrooms and...
Yeah. I want a burrito with olives and mushrooms. It sounds amazing. Your nightmare burrito is my favorite burrito.
Okay, cool.
Maybe my nightmare burrito is your favorite then. So I don't know what would be a nightmare for me. I guess
I keep...
raisins and
Yeah, raisins.
Coleslaw.
no, I love coleslaw.
Oh, me too. I love coleslaw.
Coleslaw and raisins. If you put some barbecue chicken in there, like now I'm back on board.
What are the people saying? Pickles.
Farts and mushrooms. Yeah, we should
Brussels sprouts, farts, and mushrooms. I mean, you were asking for a stench you're not going to get out of your
Peppermints.
house with that one.
Did you see Robert's comment? Fighting words.
How does he?
What?
He said, "Okay, I'll say it. French fries, bring it on."
Explain yourself. Explain
French
yourself,
fries are
Robert.
The best burrito ingredient. In the
I agree
world.
with Mark. Anchovies, terrible.
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch
You're
Kids.
pushing up against it all
Liver and
along there, Robert.
Egg. Oh, Alyssa doesn't think the egg should go in burritos.
A breakfast burrito?
I
Alyssa,
wanna
you don't
hear
eat a
more
breakfast burrito?
About this, Alyssa.
Burritos, you really can
Steak
put almost
tartare,
everything
eel,
in them.
Pop rocks and seaweed. Okay, Amanda, that's some choices that someone made.
I mean, I agree. That would not be a burrito I would
Kevin's
eat.
on team no olives or mushrooms. with you.
Hey.
Oh, Sarah says olives and blue cheese and onions.
Blue cheese in anything. Ugh, it's too much.
Really?
I love cheese. I do not like blue cheese.
It's a strong.
It's
taste.
acquired.
Lucky Charms.
I would say like
Lucky Charms and hummus. Yeah, that's
Nope.
like grapefruit lasagna.
haggis. Babe, somebody said haggis. We just watched an Amazing Race episode last night where they had to make haggis and then they had to taste it afterwards. And then they were in Scotland and they were like, "Sorry, Scotland, we don't like this." Eggs don't belong at all, Alyssa says.
They just don't belong. It all belongs except eggs.
That's the spiritual nugget today. Oh my God. It all belongs except eggs. I turned and saw the comment, bananas or yogurt or anything sweet.
So like a sweet burrito would be a bad thing. I agree.
I think I feel you on that.
I agree.
Except for maybe sweet peppers.
Yeah. In a savory though. Like the main thrust of the thing has to be savory.
Yes.
Isn't a
Amen.
crepe just a sweet burrito though?
Ooh. Did you hear
No, that's
Karen?
flour tortilla and crepe are like those are two different batters.
Well, sure. But it's the same. It's bread wrapped around filling.
Now we're arguing about whether a crepe is the same
Disagreements.
as...
Fight.
Oh my gosh, Jazz and Alyssa just got in a fight. That's something I really
I will
wanna
fight
see.
you on eggs.
This is just my favorite
I
thing.
feel like we're causing a rift. I think we should move on
passionate.
to the next question.
I love how passionate people get about food.
I do too. I love passion,
Pull from the middle of this because
but I need
that's my
Jazz and
system.
Alyssa to stay friends.
Yeah, true.
This is very important to
capers
my.
and goat cheese. I love that y'all
my
have just come
balance.
up with.
Which
And
side
Colby
do I-
says, "Sorry, Buddy the Elf," but cotton balls would
This
be the
side?
worst. No, just the middle.
Oh, we're just pulling from middles.
Yeah, it's my beautiful system that I will fight y'all on.
Okay.
Now I
Would
just
you
want
rather?
crepes.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Would you rather be the most popular kid in school or the smartest? I've already. I already know what it's like to be the smartest kid in school. That was me. So I want to be the most popular. I do. Yeah. I don't know what that was like.
And you did identify as the smartest?
Yeah.
You were a smarty pants?
Yeah.
I definitely was neither.
I
of
wasn't
those
the
things ever.
smartest. I was salutatorian instead of valedictorian. So technically
But
there
no,
was
but
one
the
smarter
point,
than
it's
me.
the point of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that you were
Like
a
I was
smarty pants.
nerdy kid, and I would like to know what it would have been like to be. I probably would have been a monster.
If you went to high school now, you would definitely be the popular kid. And the smarty pants.
I just
both.
wouldn't-
I don't
just
know. I
also
disagree with
wouldn't
the
care,
question.
Both and. Is that what you're saying?
Susan says
Neither
both
do I.
and.
I don't know. I was neither growing up. I was neither when I was
Wesley
in school.
chooses the smartest because Wesley is
Wesley is the smartest.
which also makes her the most
So
popular
congratulations, you
in my
already are.
book.
Yeah, I like that people are answering about. Well, I like the neithers and the boths, and I also like that people are sharing their stories of what they were. Like you did.
People are definitely disagreeing with the question. All right, I liked the question. It was a bad question. I don't know where these go. I was very bad at
I
your
know.
system.
I'm going to redo the whole thing. It's a total mess right now.
Let's not do a would you rather. Let's do a
Yeah,
like
I
a
agree.
regular like
I agree.
answer from your soul question.
I know we haven't gotten one of those yet this morning.
Alexa wants to be smartest.
This one's solely, I guess. Solely.
If I never had to do one thing again, what would that thing be? One thing that you would never have to do again. Oh my gosh. Fold the laundry, is that what we have in the back?
Oh, I'm Team Ben.
I'm almost on that team. I just need to think for a second.
Team Ben all the way. I need laundry folding machines. Great that we have washing machines. Great that we have dryers. I need a laundry folding machine.
I don't know if I
Folding
can,
and putting away.
don't know if I can
Actually, I'll
say
put it
mine.
away. I just don't want to fold it. Ugh, it's the worst
I
part
don't
of
know if I
laundry.
can say mine. It's kind of like gross.
That's it.
Poop.
We do gross here. Oh yeah, poop. Sure.
I would love to never have to poop again.
Yeah. I like
I
that.
hate the whole process
Yeah.
from
why would
start
we?
to end.
Although there's people who really love that experience.
do. There are
like the
people.
feeling. Yeah.
It's just
I
it's
don't.
just it's a lot of work for what? Like just to make room for more food? Like
Ooh, fish tank cleaning. Yeah, I remember when we had fish. That is why I won't do fish again. Ugh. Go to the dentist.
Laura, never want to get ghosted again.
Oh,
This breaks my little heart.
me neither.
I love you.
Pay bills. Yeah.
Go to the dentist.
Go to the
Ugh,
grocery store.
amen.
Did you see the go to the grocery store, Karen?
That's probably mine.
Yeah, Karen's with you on that one.
What is Jazz agreeing with? See, Jazz and Elisa are friends again, so I'm happy.
You did it.
but what is
Good
she-
job. You fixed it.
What is she agreeing with, though? I missed Elisa's
Oh,
comment.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it's fine. Moving on. Doctor, dentist, we got a lot of those.
Put Camille's up on that because she's YouTube and I don't think the Facebook peeps can see that. So
Have a job.
pop that up there. That makes me so
What is
happy. Because I
Have a
hate
job because I hate capitalism.
I'll do Camille's if I'll go to the grocery store if I can. Camille's.
Oh yeah, our sweet Enneagram 3 was like, oh, I'll go to the grocery store if I can have Camille's.
Okay, but Mercy, think about it. Like, never have to poop again. Like, the whole rest of your days. Like, you don't have to do paperwork as frequently as you poop, do you? Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know what your job is, but
Oh, Lilia, that's a secret that I don't tell my husband about dogs. So we're gonna pretend that comment's not there.
Yeah.
He doesn't know about that.
He doesn't know about
no,
that? Oh, that's very good. Very good thing that Colby does not know about.
There's things I can't tell my husband about animals, or he will not be able to have animals in our house. So.
Yes, Colby's answer. Can we all agree?
What? If I never have to endure the ire of evangelical Christians who have decided that I'm the actual worst. We've had a week of it, friends. Well, and a decade of it.
Yeah.
Cleaning the bathroom is mine. I hate cleaning the bathroom.
It's not fun.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, the
But
good
if you
news is
didn't
that
poop, you wouldn't have to clean it as much.
shit your legs if you don't want to.
I'll clean your bathroom after you.
After that becomes my reality.
Sarah said every parent ever would love to never have to tell my kids to do something more than once. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right. Well, this has been awkward, strange. Pour your heart out. Talk about poop. Collective conversation. Colby, I guess we know how to pray for people. Welcome to Sojo.
How do we end this?
Yep. Awkward
I'll just keep waving until it happens.
Wait.
You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I can be your mountain when you're feeling valley low. I can be a street light showing you the way home. If you can hold my hand when you need to let go. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seeds, plant a little happiness, let the roots run deep. If it's love that we give, then it's love that we reap. So if we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed. Yeah, I want a house. I don't know what happened there. The crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done.
For this next pause, we'll read again an offering from Enfleshed. We know what love is. We have seen it. We have felt it. Love lives in us, in our collective life together. But we lose touch with it in the noise, in the clanging cymbals and resounding gongs that surround. This noise speaks in hate and bigotry, breaking or hardening our hearts to love. But it learns also how to speak in our languages of love and unity and tolerance and diversity, using so many good words, enticing words, seductive words. They prey on the best of us, speaking to our good intentions, offering words that make unethical choices feel good enough. at least it's something. As if there's no other way, as if we can't do things differently, as if the power of God in us means nothing. Noise is convincing and persuading, but it is not love. Without love, it is all just clanging cymbals in our ears, obscuring the wisdom only birthed in silence. It makes it so hard to perceive the voice of God around us, within us. Without love, the feelings within us are silenced. Without love, we move too quickly. We tend to the surface. We miss the roots. Our dreaming becomes narrow and shallow. Without love, we struggle to speak honestly of our own longings. We don't believe anymore that we deserve to be loved better by society, to have more time, more peace, less surveillance, less pressure, more justice. We struggle to take the pleas of our neighbors seriously and to recognize the flesh in front of us as sacred, deserving to be loved for love's sake. But still, this we know. This we profess, this we strive to live by. Everything else will fade like the day's sun. Everything else will turn to dust. Everything built in loyalty to noise will crumble. But love never ends. So we nurture it intentionally with care in ourselves, in each other, in the earth. Through prayer and feasting and weeping together. Through mending relationships and tending to histories of violence, breaking patterns that keep the gongs active, creating spaces to listen together to all that has been silenced within, sifting carefully through what we take in and what we put out, whatever else we work to make love our greatest investment.
Well, I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day's done. Door is always open. Your picture's on my wall. Everyone's a little broken, and everyone belongs. Yeah, everyone belongs. Oh, I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day's done. Bring us back together when the day's done.
It all belongs. If you can't read all of our sweatshirt, well, two of our sweatshirt. You took your sweatshirt off. Yeah. You got out. It's fair.
It's fair. San Diego.
Which, note, we're going to have shirts available soon. But it all belongs. You see this? It all belongs. This is a thing that we say often around here at Sojourn. We say it with a bit of a chuckle when the buttons on our program here fire the wrong scenes during our live stream, or when our mics suddenly get muted and Takes about 28 seconds until someone in the comment section tells us, we can't hear you. We say, it all belongs. We say it with this idyllic casting of vision. When people in our community, they share their faith story, or when one of us shares our own unique ideas, knowing, of course, that it is but one of many different ideas, one of many different beliefs amongst our community, we say, it all belongs. We say it as like a helping of grace that we serve ourselves when we reflect back on previous versions of who we used to be, of how we used to think, or how we used to treat other people. We say, it all belongs. We say it to help normalize the tension that we can feel when two seemingly opposite realities coexist in the same space, and we can't seem to ultimately cast one aside. It all belongs. We say it as a shorthand way to try and name our values here at Sojourn as we pursue our mission of wholeness. We say it as resistance to this constrictive approach to religion that utilizes gatekeepers to say who's in and who's out, and that uses statement of beliefs to determine which team you're on. We say it because honestly, it feels good. It feels freeing. It feels wide open to those of us who have experience in other contexts where specific people and some types of lifestyles and particular ideas and beliefs most certainly do not belong. So we say it all belongs here at Sojourn because honestly, in a world full of no's and a world full of judgment, we'd kind of like to be at least one consistent place in your life where you can receive yeses and acceptance. We say it all belongs when Pastor Colby employs redundancy and repetition to over-explain something, causing the whole introduction to take up like 1/3 of the talk. It all belongs.
We say it all belongs here because we're trying to be a community with an ethos of belonging. An ethos is the fundamental character or spirit of a culture. It is the underlying sentiment that informs the beliefs, customs, or practices of a group or a society. And so belonging is the spirit of our culture. It's the underlying sentiment that informs everything else that we do here. Belonging is the reality that every living thing is connected to every other living thing. Belonging is the heartbeat in your chest and the breath in your lungs and the life that we were all given. It can't actually be taken away from anyone because it's a reality beyond this one, before it, and stitched into the fabric of our being. And so when we say that we are creating and tending to an ethos of belonging, what we're saying is that we're trying to honor a sacred reality that already is. We've found something to be true. We've uncovered a truth about life, belonging, and now we're trying to live like it, like we actually believe it. We're not trying to make you belong. You just do belong, and we are trying to act like it. What we do here in this space, it doesn't make everyone a loved child of God.
Yeah.
Everyone is a loved child of God, and we're trying to embody it, to speak it, to hold it, to value it, to agree with it, to make space for it in all of its many layered, complicated, beautiful, terrible, wonderful expressions. When we say it all belongs, it's shorthand for everything is sacred, and yet we walk around acting like only some things are. And so here in this space, we want to flip that script and actually live like every piece of us is a spiritual encounter with love itself. This effort that we make here at Sojo to have an ethos of belonging, that effort, it doesn't sit on a blank canvas or exist in a vacuum, you might say. Our efforts toward belonging exist inside of a larger society whose efforts are quite contrary. I think it's more than fair to say that America, for instance, doesn't have an ethos of belonging. I couldn't look at our country and say that the spirit of the culture is one of belonging. Yeah. I could not say of our nation, of its systems and its decision-making power, that the sentiment of belonging informs its customs, its practices, and beliefs. And so when we gather here in this space and we casually throw out the sentiment, it all belongs 100 times the service, we are actively and intentionally and powerfully working to abolish systems of unbelonging. And we are birthing entirely new worlds where everything and everyone is seen and honored for what it is, whole.
So over the next few weeks, we're going to explore a bit and unpack a bit this phrase, it all belongs. I don't know how many weeks that is. We often don't like to commit to a number of weeks in our series because, well, who knows once we get into it, how many weeks it might take us to say a thing. But at least for this morning, for the next few minutes together, as we kick off this adventure into the series, Kate and I were brainstorming this week, and we got to thinking about some of what's going to be required from us. If we can be so bold as to use that word, some of the things that'll be required of us as a community, as a collective, and individuals, if we are going to embody and practice this reality that Kate spoke of belonging. For if we want, quote, it all belongs to be our ethos here at Sojourn, if we want it to be the way in which we commit to holding this space for ourselves and for others, if you might say it is the song that we want to collectively sing, then there will be a handful of instruments that we'll need to pluck, smack, and blow. And maybe that's just the subtitle for the sermon series.
Pluck, smack.
Is that what you do with the various instruments? You pluck them, you smack them, you blow them?
I don't think you're supposed to say that at church.
It happened. It all belongs. So as we head here into communion here in a minute, Kate and I are going to share what we think are, you might call, the 6 instruments that we need to play, to pluck, smack, and blow, in order to play the song effectively of It All Belongs. And the first instrument, you might say, is this: forgiveness. Forgiveness. Living out this reality that it all belongs will require that we practice this art of forgiving. Forgiving others when they've hurt us, and forgiving ourselves when we have missed the mark. I think if we insist on holding on to past hurts, if we insist on holding on to past failures, which is what happens when we don't practice forgiveness, when we hold on to all this, then suddenly all this baggage, it takes up so much space that there's maybe not going to be any room left for the all in It All Belongs.
Can you do that? Yeah. Next, the instrument of humility. Now, this word is so frustrating for so many of us, or maybe I'm just speaking for myself right now, but it's so frustrating for me because of the way that it was weaponized in so many of our spiritual communities growing up. Be humble, we were told. And we understood that this meant agree with everything the pastor says from the pulpit. Stay quiet no matter how hurt you are and no matter how much you notice someone else being hurt. This is not humility at all. An ethos of belonging requires humility because to be humble is to be aware of your interconnection to everything else.
I love that.
It's to know that you see but a picture of the whole. And if you want to see the whole, you have to allow others to show you what they see too, so you can add it to the glimpse that you're getting. This is humility, to hold space for being a part in order that you might see the whole.
So good. Third instrument is patience. So an ethos where, by the way, are we doing ethos or ethos? I kind of go back and forth in my head. Does it matter?
They're both completely acceptable. I
Okay,
looked
cool.
it up. People
Okay.
they're interchangeable. And I say ethos and you
I think I say
both.
both.
Yeah, you
okay,
do
good.
both.
An ethos where everything belongs, it's going to require that we exercise patience. Because oftentimes there'll be feelings of discomfort in any context where you're trying to establish a culture of it all belonging. There's going to be discomfort. There's going to be discomfort. If we were to return to this instrument in the band metaphor that we're going with here, you can imagine a bass player plays, the low notes, boom, da, da, boom, da, boom, ba. So the bass player might really struggle to see the value or the purpose in having a cello in the group. I already provide excellent low notes. Boom, boom, boom. Do we really need more? The bassist might ask. But if the bassist can hang in there long enough, if the bassist can be patient, they might eventually discover that a cellist doesn't just add one more redundant note to the low end. They add a different type of texture to that note and a fluidity between the notes, and it actually ends up complementing the bass. So patience says, even though right now I don't understand how this idea or that position or that thing or that person belongs, I am committed to this value in such a way that I will stick around, I will wait, I will listen, and I will learn. Patience.
Next instrument, lightness. Joy and laughter and detachment from ego stories, an ability to hold loosely, a commitment to simplicity and ridiculousness and absurdity. In an ethos of belonging, heavy and light must be beautiful dance partners rather than the angry opponents like we sometimes treat them. Life is heavy and life is light. It takes intentionally inviting and noticing the light in a world this heavy.
Fifth instrument, you might call understanding. Understanding, which is the effort to seek to understand those that we disagree with. This effort might be one of the best ways that we can use our energy in community. As long as we just sort of assume, I already know what other people believe and I already know why they believe what they believe, then extending this belonging to people different from us will perpetually be challenging. But as we move toward them with an open heart and with ears to listen, and as we try to understand who people are and why they are, this can create the necessary space for the all to belong.
And last instrument, and my personal favorite, fire.
Do you think you would pluck, smack, or blow fire?
Oh, God.
Okay.
The effort to make, to create an ethos of belonging, it takes fire in our bellies. Because our efforts, like I said earlier, they sit inside a larger, more powerful society and system. And those societies and systems actively work against belonging. Our work to create belonging will have to include the fight against that which seeks separation, domination, supremacy, and everything else that is inherently antithetical to the truth of belonging.
We didn't write a wrap up. Did we just go right to the pub?
Yep.
As we always do now at Sojourn, we move into part of our gathering that we call communion. Other traditions call it the Lord's Supper or the Eucharist. And we have, since we started virtual church, we've invited you to use whatever you have on hand. We realize that it is not the particular elements that are the thing, but actually, as we discover, all of the elements have a seat at belonging. So today what we're using, we have this box of Maya's cookies that was so beautifully sent to us, delivered, dropped off to us
You shouldn't
yesterday
have the comments where I could see them, because then I just get really distracted and laugh.
That's fair. From Shauna. Shauna, thank you for
Thanks,
this
Shauna.
beautiful gift of these gourmet vegan
Made
cookies
our day.
from Maya's
Month.
Cookies. And so we've got chocolate chip s'mores, we've got marble, we've got chocolate pride, snickerdoodle, birthday cake, drunken grandma. So we're just going to sit here and eat all 6 cookies for communion.
Sorry about
Look
your
at these
life, y'all.
things. Look at how
That's the drunken grandma, which I haven't tried yet.
just
Maybe I will right now.
gorgeous. So anyway,
all the things in one.
so take whatever you have and let us know in the comment section what you're using. Let us know what is going to be your use of the bread this morning. How about the marble cookie? You want to try the
Sure.
marble cookie?
Sure,
All
sure,
right.
sure.
Band, want to get in on this?
Yes, please.
This is what we're. So I'm going to pass this around. There's
Yeah,
a few
choose
that
what
are
kind.
left. So
Nothing was bitten into, just broken.
Broken.
Yeah, no, that's great.
yeah, broken for you.
It's
biblical.
Your ear for a year now. I mean,
It's true. So take what you have, and as you take it,
It's just more snickerdoodle.
just remember that all of us are taking this together right now in this exact moment, and we all get to do this. There's no requirement. There is no hurdle you have to jump over, no hoop you have to jump through. There's just no jumping, really, unless it's for joy, and that you belong in this community.
chocolate pride, to answer Jesse's question, is chocolate but with colourful M&Ms all the way through it. And marshmallow.
And also marshmallow. Yeah.
That was yummy. Thank you, Shauna.
Yummy.
Happy?
Oh, we got Baby Bell cheese and coffee this morning from Bridget.
I love those things separately.
We've got a raspberry peep. Has anyone ever taken communion with a peep prior to this moment? It's really fun.
Groundbreaking.
Grits and sweet tea from Bill Pitts. What are we using for our cup this morning, love?
Orange juice from our tree. We have the most beautiful citrus trees in our yard. And they produce yummy fruit.
Yeah.
Turns out
out.
our blood orange tree was producing for a while. We were loving that. And then we realized the tree next to it was fruiting these
Straight
giant
up orange.
Yeah,
So we
oranges.
got like
Fresh
6
squeezed
ounces
orange
of
juice.
fresh squeezed orange juice out of one gorgeous orange this morning. So take what you have to drink this morning.
wheat thins and grape juice. Two of my favorite things.
Oh my word.
Oh, grape
It's
juice.
so good. It's really delicious. I'm really excited about how good that orange juice was. Okay.
Can we go home and make a cocktail with this?
We could. Sweet burrito. That's a good callback right there.
I thought we decided those do not belong.
Okay, band, we're going to close out here with a song, yeah? And it's the song that y'all wrote, and it's a good song for this sermon series. So let's do this.
Sunday mornings held me in these walls. I can still smell the coffee in the halls. Safe in the place they kept for me. Home in the space of my sure belief. I was taught to give you what I know. Lead you in the way that you should go. Love what remains when I walk away. What do you keep when I couldn't stay? As it took years to tie the truth around my fingers, to salvage all these sparks out of the cinders. Turning over tables for the love I couldn't leave. Little one, here's what I believe. You'll miss what you had to lose. You gave the last thing you choose. Once or twice you'll get it right. For every time you get it wrong, somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
You will find the beauty in the light, the captivating shadow in the sunshine, the cold in your bones as the fire burns. The lesson you are is the way we learn.
I will tie all these truths around your fingers, help you find the sparks among the cinders. I will turn over tables to defend the space for you to find your own way. You break what you try to keep. Come awake when you're fast asleep. The rhythm and the melody, the silence and the soul. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs. There'll be grace on grace on trying to bend what you can't repair. God, I hope you rock the boat till the river sways along. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
We've got just a few house notes. Numero uno is this, that if you would like to support the mission of Sojourn Grace through your tax-deductible contributions, you can do that, and it would be lovely to do that at sojourngrace.com/donate, or you can straight up Venmo us now at Sojourn Grace. And look, this is entirely optional. This will never be a requirement for belonging, good Lord. This will never be a thing that is guilted toward you or feel obligated to do. This is always for those who have the resources and who find within them this sense of delight, which is, when we met in person, we called this the joy box. Those who, out of a sense of delight, look at this mission of wholeness, look at this community and say, yeah, that's the thing I want to exist in the world and I want to support and I want to encourage in this way. So you can do that. Yes. Yes, this song is a blowing and smacking sort of song. Absolutely. Great. So thank you. Yes, that deserves a woo. All right. Next note.
Small groups. Small groups are all organized. I'm excited about them, and the signups will go live this week. So look for those in the newsletter and on the Sojourn Sanctuary. And so on that note, if you need to join the newsletter or the Sojourn Sanctuary, get on that, because that is how you'll sign up for a small group as well. And yes, that goes for you virtual peeps as well. There are virtual small groups happening. What's up?
As well. I thought you were going to count down the different types of groups.
Oh, yes. There's purely virtual. Colby's leading that one, right? That's okay to say. In-person outdoors, I'm leading one of those. And then there's in-person indoors fully bass.
I was prepared. I thought this through.
It's fine.
Sorry. Great.
Sorry. Content.
And then... Wrong button. It all belongs. Where the heck are we?
Lost control.
The universe itself cut us off on that time. And this is the last one. We partner with an organization down in Tijuana called Unidos por Siempre, and throughout the pandemic, we have done these Zoom parties with them for various occasions.
We used to go down there and visit with them and all that.
Yeah, so and our community coordinator, Sarah Nichter, is coordinating a Zoom party with Unidos por Siempre for Children's Day, celebrating Children's Day,
yes,
which is going to be on Sunday, May 1st.
3 p.m. And she already dropped a link in the sanctuary.
To join. Everybody's welcome to join that. It's super fun. We've been to several of these Zoom parties, and it is a delight to be with them on that. All right, I think that's it as far as...
about the t-shirts.
Oh, yes.
Ben said there's one more house note.
That's right. That last note from the house, from this particular house, the Oasis house, is that these shirts are now available, or these sweatshirts are now available as shirts. So as the...
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
These are still shirts, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
They just won't make you sweat as much.
Sorry, sometimes I just have to Colby because it's fun.
I was doing that earlier today.
Hey, I resemble that remark. Okay. Anyway, yes, you can now go, Ben dropped the link in the Facebooks. Ben, I wonder if you could drop it on the YouTubes so that YouTubers can have it as well.
Cool. I'm trying to figure out how to get there.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the way that supplier works, they will source the colors and the sizes when they have them. So if the specific shirt in the color and size combination that you want doesn't show up today, try back in a couple of days and it might show up then. Or email us and we can try to troubleshoot that for you.
And all the proceeds from these shirts, by the way, go to our social justice efforts at the church. They go into a special, which is a combination of specific and special. It's a special fund for our social justice work.
Sure is.
Okay, great. Great. Should we go to our benediction?
That's all she wrote. Yep.
This is how we end every service here, and this is an invitation for you to go out into your weeks with bravery, because you are a loved child of God, and nothing can take that away from you. And also, it is an invitation/challenge to be kind.
Because you're a child of God.
Oh, are you already on it?
I was watching.
You're already on it. Oh, Kaylee got to it first. Because you're a child of God. Awesome. Oh, and then we're coming in from the UK.
Yeah. All the
Because so is everyone else. We love you. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday. Goodbye.
It'll be fun if it actually goes off.